California. When most people think of it, they think of sandy beaches, blue oceans, blue skies, tall palm trees. Along with men who have American Express cards, women wearing luxury brands and shopping till they drop, houses that sit and damn near kiss the ocean. It's a paradise like no other. However, on November 28, 1991, the paradise of Orange County would be shattered. For Bill Nelson had been reported missing by worried co-workers, and the ensuing investigation would lead police to an Egyptian model, along with accusations of cannibalism and voodoo. Born in 1968 in Cairo, Egypt, Omaima Ari Nelson was one of 16 children who grew up just outside the gates of the pyramids of Giza. She and two of her sisters lived with her mother in an impoverished part of the city. It is also reported that when she was 6 years old, she underwent female circumcision. Omaima couldn't wait until she was able to immigrate out of Egypt, and in 1986, she got her wish. Once settled in the States, she met and married Roger Stanbrook. Although the two were subsequently divorced, and Omaima then turned to work as a model and prostitution to fund her lifestyle. Overall, she was happier than she had ever been. However, she was still looking for Mr. Right, or Mr. Goldmine, as some would claim. After a few run-ins with the law where Omaima was accused of theft, assault, and other ghastly obscenities and charges, she finally decided to turn her life around. And one night while at a nightclub, she would meet Bill Nelson, and the two would hit it off perfectly. Bill could afford to give Omaima everything she ever wanted. Coming up, were the sparks between Omaima and Bill just the romantic kind? Orange County, California, November 28, 1991. While most families were gathered around the dinner table, drooling over a big turkey, sharing laughs and family stories, what was happening at the Nelson home was anything but loving and friendly. And when the details were disclosed, many would be disgusted. For you see, Omaima Nelson was busy. While many women were cooking dinner that same day, Omaima was busy dismembering and cooking bits and pieces of her husband. Bill Nelson had been murdered, and Omaima was desperate to get rid of his body. So, she was cooking parts of him and had other parts of him in his car where she drove around to former boyfriends, trying to get them to help her to dispose of the body. When police were notified by one of those men, they immediately put two and two together, considering the fact that Bill's co-workers had filed a missing persons report. And when they arrested Omaima that same day and searched the home, they discovered that the home of the Nelsons was full of blood, guts, and body parts. Needless to say, Omaima had been busy for the past 48 hours before Thanksgiving. Bill's head, hands, and other parts of him were found in his freezer. When interviewed, neighbors reported hearing the garbage disposal going constantly to the point of annoyance. That was enough to get police on Omaima's trail. And when they brought her in for questioning, Omaima claimed that she had killed her husband in self-defense after he tried to rape her. But was it true or a lie? On December 1st, 1992, Omaima Nelson found herself in a Santa Ana courtroom with paparazzi outside waiting to get a glimpse of the Egyptian model accused of murdering, dismembering, castrating, and decapitating her husband. Prosecution came out swinging, and claimed that Omaima had killed Bill all for the sake of money, that she was not a victim as she was trying to portray. However, when Omaima's defense was put on, they claimed Omaima was brutally assaulted by her husband, and that due to her female circumcision surgery when she was a child, sex was a very uncomfortable thing for her. They also brought out evidence, the prosecution, to show how bloody and gruesome the scene was. They claimed that Omaima lured Bill into a relationship for the sole purpose of murdering him. When the jury was sent away, it took them no time to find Omaima Nelson guilty of the first-degree murder of her husband. However, she was sentenced to 27 years to life in prison. She unsuccessfully appealed the verdict in 1995. From her 1992 conviction all the way until 2011, Omaima Nelson continues to be a problem. She was denied parole numerous times. Omaima Nelson continues to serve out her sentence in a California prison.